Hello everyone, today I'm going through a list of a bunch of stuff what's made me to be basically done with Star Stable now. It's been going downhill for a couple of years already, but some of the recent developments took it over the edge for me. Let's take them one at a time. First, the events. The developments that the events have taken in the past years is really disappointing to me. The events were some of the things that always brought me back to Star Stable, but now they've not only removed so many of the old good ones, but the new ones have huge issues too. The Halloween event had almost too much going on, and I even made a video about it and why it sucked. And the recent winter event wasn't great either. I absolutely loved that the snow returned, but the event itself had some huge issues. The main one being that you got player XP from doing daily quests, and not just daily quests, but quests that only appeared a small window of time every day. It became really stressful to try to do all of those missions and get all the XP you could. And of course, since it's during Christmas, you won't be able to do it every day. Overall, it's just a horrible idea to give out so much extra player XP. It's just going to further increase the gap in level between new and old players. I was going to make a couple of videos during the winter event, so I have a lot of footage from it, but I didn't have the energy to do it. I just wanted to enjoy spending time with my family in real life and not complain about the horse game. But yeah, there was a lot of things that just made the event not feel like it used to. I mean, it's not even called Christmas anymore, it's just a winter event, so it just doesn't have the same sort of soul that it used to. And then the event that is going on at the moment, the Rainbow event. And this is probably my least favorite event ever in the history of Star Stable. I absolutely hate searching for the colors, and this time we had to do it twice. And running around in a black and white landscape makes my eyes hurt. I don't know why we have to do the same thing over and over again every year. And while searching for Rainbow Gold was alright, you're getting random rewards, and I've done it so many times but haven't been able to complete the set, so I just gave up with it. I think what Star Stable should do to make the events better again is to look back at the old ones and just make things simpler. Not having so many things going on where the players get stressed to have time to do everything, not to miss out on rewards or XP. Events are supposed to be fun and not stressful, and it really feels like you're grinding in this game, which, at least in my opinion, is not what Star Stable used to feel like. So. And the second point is the amount of bugs and glitches. It is bad. It's never been this bad. I remember the times when my Star Rider star appearing randomly felt like a huge glitch to me. Star Stable is releasing so many unfinished updates, and so many of the recent quests have had a lot of issues with dialogue being in the wrong places and cutscenes glitching and just a lot of stuff just completely broken. I started to wait with doing new quests until I think they've had enough time to repair them. And I mean, this is not something that affects me that much. I would definitely keep playing actively if the glitches and bugs was the only issue with the game, but now it ends up being just another negative adding to the list. I haven't had it that bad personally, but I know a lot of players weren't able to play during the character update and stuff, so just like game-breaking problems that didn't used to be a thing back in the day. If there was glitches or problems happening, they were fixed really quickly, and I feel like that's not really the case anymore. And then we come to the major one for me, so the recent updates, those being the new UI, horse progression and the character update. So let's start with the UI, and well, I'm okay with it, but I don't like it. It feels like a mobile game, and mainly the problem is with the player and horse XP in the upper corner. It's way too big, and having the numbers so clearly draws your eye there all the time, and it's just really distracting. The other issue is the minimap being in the upper corner. It doesn't make any sense to have it there. I don't understand why they couldn't just use the old layout and redo the UI. And the updates appearing is not really working anymore, and finding the different buttons is just way harder than it used to be. So yeah, it's a miss for me. And then the horse progression system, and I was really hoping we would finally get rid of the daily horse care, even just when the horse reaches level 15. This has been one of my biggest problems with playing Star Stable. I'm not going to spend star coins on horse care because I'm not playing every day, but then I end up not really using any of my horses except the one that I'm currently training or whatever. And it's really putting you off from logging on to Star Stable after a while, since all of your horses are sad and slow. If it was so that all of your level 15 horses, for example, were just in the best mood all the time, then honestly I would probably be playing a lot more Star Stable than what I am right now. But anyway, the new horse progression. The follow command and calling your horse to you are really great additions. I really love those. And otherwise also the progression I think is a good idea. My only issue is the leveling up. I don't like that you have to click to level up and the animation that follows. And the sound every time you get XP just gets a bit annoying, to be honest. It feels very mobile game-like again, but I guess that is a minor complaint with everything else that's going on. So then, the main one, which is the character update. I have been wanting a new character for so long, but for me this character is a pretty big miss. I was excited to have some real customization when it comes to face and body, so that we can actually look more like ourselves in real life or whatever we want to look like, and everyone can actually be unique. But instead we again got these pre-made options, and pretty much the only face I like is this one, and from what I've seen, a big majority of people are using it. And while it's great that there is more body options, the range is pretty bad. The smallest option doesn't have any shape at all and looks either childlike or masculine. And even though, yeah, great that those are options, but for most of us we don't want to look like that in a game. Right now I'm just using long coats to try to hide the fact that my character has no curve at all, and I'm definitely not using my favorite types of shirts, the crop tops, anymore until we get a different body shape for slim people. And they also look really big on a lot of horses, which is really unfortunate since I prefer smaller horse breeds, and now it just looks wrong on some of them. Then we also have the animations, and I know they're still working on some of them, but the running and riding animations are the problem for me. The running just looks really goofy, I can't take it seriously. No one runs like that, it just looks horrible, honestly. And while the other riding animations are fine, the full gallop one is pretty bad in my opinion. The character is just standing too much up in the saddle and should be closer to the horse and lean more forward. She currently just looks really out of balance and that she could fall at any moment. It's better when you are in a western saddle, I think, so from now on I'll just be riding western only until they make the riding animations better. If they ever do that, I kind of doubt it, but I really hope so, because I mean, most of the time you'll be going full gallop, so looking like you're gonna fall off anytime is just not something I want to look at, honestly. There are a lot of good things too, of course. The hairs are all beautiful, and getting to choose your own eyebrows and the color of them is really good. It's a step in the right direction, but I'm afraid it's going to take years until we get an update where we get more face and body options, or actually, you know, customizing it ourselves with like sliders or whatever. That would be fantastic. And then the last point is that the game just lost its magic a long time ago. A lot of people say that this is just because we grew up with the game and now as adults it's not the same anymore. But even though that is partly true, I started playing in 2013 when I was 11, and of course it's never going to feel as exciting as it did then. But that's not the only thing that affects the feel of the game. We can all see that the changes the game has gone through visually are huge, and that's mostly what affects the feel of the game. And while it was important to update the map and the characters, I don't think they went in the right direction. It lost the almost dark and mysterious feeling. Everything is dulled down and soft and almost like cutesy. Even the Soul Riders lost their, well, soul, their edge, the characteristics that made them interesting. Now they are so two-dimensional. And I don't know where Star Stable is planning on going, but I would love to see them succeed. But some pretty serious changes would have to happen for me to be fully invested in it again. For now, I'll just continue playing other games that I actually enjoy more. I get my fair share of horses while playing Red Dead Redemption, but of course Star Stable has been in my life for, 10 years now. It's been a really important game for me, so it is sad to see that it's just not the same anymore. So as you can imagine, I won't be making that many videos on this channel in the near future, because I'm simply just not really playing the game at the moment. But this is not a goodbye, I'll be back once I have something to talk about. But for now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the current state of Star Stable and how long you've been playing, and if you like the changes that they've been doing and what you think they would have to do to make it better. Essentially, I think honestly the first step would just be to start listening to the community, but I don't think they'll be doing that anytime soon. Anyway, thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you again at some point.